Yeah, so Cam, he just talked about how the team never gave up today and how that was something that you told the team. Can you just talk about the grade of your team in this game and what you saw from them?
Well, I definitely see grit from these guys. I see something in the group. I see something in the individuals. And I see an improvement in that area. There's no question. What we got to learn, and this is a mature concept, and we're young, so there's immaturity, is you got to be consistent when it comes to that. You got to be consistent. There are certain kind of toughness is required, a certain kind of discipline is required, and where does that toughness and discipline come from? Because they're just words. But where it comes from is what I said to him is just giving yourself over to the team, just giving yourself over to us, just making everything be about us. Just do what we do every offensive possession. And that's where consistency comes from, because that's what we got to develop. If we can develop that within the context of one game, because within the context of this game, we go through stretches where's that toughness, and it shows up in a lot of different areas, and ultimately, a lot of it shows up. Like, we shot fouls today. We shoot fouls every day. We shot better than 75%. I know we were 1 for 7 in the first half. There's a reason why. Because every day, right, we don't come out with that mentality in practice every day, because that's where that's developed. But there's good signs of what Cam said. There's no quit in this team. There's ability on this team. So now if you have ability and you can get the no quit, those are two important things. Well, now you got to get to the most important one. You got to be mature. And mature, older guys know, I'm just doing what we do. And what you find is you start making your fouls that way because you're free. Once you're done, now, and I'm just saying this in general, you see coaches say this all the time. The great coaches. You see the great players say this. Get rid of all the distractions. You sports writer. People love to say that. You got to get rid of all the distractions. You can't let. What is that? What are they trying to say? The way you do that is you give yourself over to the team. Everything you do, you just think about the team. You don't think about anything about yourself, because once you do, you're getting distracted. And that's a mature concept, right? And that's all I'm trying to work with this group on right now, is because if we can grasp that concept, if we can embrace that concept. I got 4 juniors and 3 sophomores who I really like, right? And then we'd have something where we got if we get that now, well, then we have that going into the future. You know what I mean? And that's something that we have not been able to do. So that's what this team has to do. If this team can develop that, then we've made big-time inroads into what this team needs to do so that they can then build on that. Because then you get to really find out who you are. You get to find out what you're capable of. And again, Wyoming didn't go to the foul line and help us today. But generally give them credit for what they did. But when you look at the stat sheet, right, I think Air Force beat Air Force. We went 11 for 20 from the foul line and 1 for 12 from three-point range. They got all their points on the foul line off our turnovers or second chance points. I think second chance points, you fouling, right? And what was it? And turnovers. You control that. Like, we control that. What gets you good in those 3 areas? Because if you're good in those 3 areas, right, you're going to produce the result you want. What gets you good in those 3 areas is just giving yourself over to the group, because that's what makes you take care of the ball. That's what makes you get defensive rebounds and stop their second chance points. Because I don't know what they shoot from two today. Like, their shooting percentage is not good. So again, that goes to our grit. That goes to, there's a lot there, and we got to get better at this area I'm talking about.
Yeah, and you mentioned the foul shooting. Cam Sanders really helped improve that in the second half. Can you just talk about just his consistency over the course of the season and his role in the game today?
Well, I mean, Cam's a good player. It's like I said. I think we have good players. We have good. I think, character. Cam's young. He's a straight-in freshman. He's got to learn everything that I just talked about. You know what I mean? And the only thing that teaches you that is, right? I said today, new season. This is the first game. Well, we all know it's not. But after one game since December 7th, I might as well say that. And I'm really only saying it for this, to try to get Cam Sanders to know it's not a new season, Coach. Man, I played 12 games and I've learned a lot. And I'm putting all that to use today in game one. And that's, again, a mature thing that's what he has to have learned through these 12 games, that it doesn't really matter that you're a good player. Cam's a good player. Being a good player is really going to matter when he learns what I'm talking about, when he has that kind of toughness, that kind of discipline. You have that kind of toughness and that kind of discipline, and you're a good player, boy, oh boy, are you a good player. And that's contagious. That's contagious. We got to get that kind of contagious going on. I think it's there. It's there. The seeds are there, right? I say it's simple. Everybody knows what I'm saying. It's true. You got to get rid of the distractions, all that. Simple is hard because you got to do it every day. You got to do it all the time. You know what I mean? You don't take a day off from that concept. You don't take time. Can't take time off in that 40 minutes, right? Because there goes a halftime score of 10, which there's no way that score should have been 10 at halftime. There's no way, okay? But it was. And until we get to really embrace and grasp what I'm talking about, those situations seem to occur to. We got to stop them from occurring to us. Like, that's what we have to get better at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you guys were able to tie it at 41 there in the second half. Can you just talk a little bit about what you need to do to keep that momentum?
Well, I mean, I do think at that juncture it comes down to a little bit of, like I said, Caleb Walker, just do what our offense is. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you got to do. You just got to give yourself over that way, because then Eli Robinson had a nice he missed that putback. He missed that layup, They're immediately going down and scoring. That's what, again, this concept I'm saying that we really have to bring is like, guys, when you miss that layup, when you don't do what we do, when you go do what you want to do, they're taking advantage immediately, right? And then we came down, it's still a game. Well, and 55-50, we're still in the game. Colby grabs, but we had the ball taken out of our hands twice today. They take it out of our hands. Guess what they did as soon as they took it out of our hands? Scored. We went down as soon as that happened, and we shot the ball in 6 seconds. That's not running our offense. We missed. Guess what they did when they came down off of that air ball? They banged a three. That's what I mean. Like, so we have to grasp this and be mature to say, yeah, it's just about us, because us will stop that. No individual guys are going to stop that for us. I said to our team, right, what's going to make us stop this and beat the teams in our league? Us. Us. We are going to do it. There's not one guy on this team that's going to do it. It's got to be us. I think our guys, that this experience are having, we got to show that we're understanding that. If we do, well, I think we got some pretty good players. There's something there. I think our shooting will improve. Our foul shooting will improve. But until we have that, I don't think it's going to.
First of all, I want to just ask how the team was feeling coming off of break and finals, everything, and just kind of, the mindset of the team going into today.
Yeah, we're feeling good. We had a couple of days off. We were able to go home and see our families and stuff, so it was much needed. Our mindset coming in was kind of like it's a new season, going into the new year. We kind of have a little bit of a fresh start with conference play and all that, so trying to kind of erase our past and just be the best team we can be.
Sure, and you guys were down 10 at the half. What was kind of the conversation like to try to come back stronger in the second?
Yeah, just say who we are, Doesn't matter the team, doesn't matter the game. Everybody's going to throw different things at us, so we just have to stay true to who we are and continue to play hard.
Yeah, for sure. And you had 17 points today, I believe. Can you talk about what went into that, but not just today, but just over the course of the season, you've stayed pretty consistent, and I can just talk about the work that's gone into that.
Yeah. When it comes to my performance, just got to give all the glory to the Lord. But at the end of the day, we didn't win. So the goal is not to score a lot of points and fill up stats. The goal is to get a W. So it's a team effort, and just got to keep doing who we are.
Sure, and can you talk about some of those like challenges with this Wyoming team and yeah, just kind of what made them a hard team today?
Yeah, I mean they were a good team. They run some good actions. Everybody, personnel-wise, was a player. So, but that's how it's going to be in conference for the rest of the year. So, we just have to stay solid with the scouting report and play defense.
Yeah, and you kind of have a short week playing on Saturday on the road. What are some takeaways from this game that will help you guys in that one?
Turnovers and shooting. I mean, free throws, 3-point percentages. Neither of them were any good, and part of that's on me. But we're going to keep getting better every day and continue to shoot the ball. And in the next game, we just got to limit turnovers. So, yeah, just keep improving.
Yeah, absolutely. And your teammate Cam Sanders, he helped a lot in that foul shooting area. Can you talk about that today and how he helped you guys in the second half?
Yeah, I mean Cam's been such a stud for us this year. He's stepping up, filling a huge role for the team, and from a freshman too. It's kind of crazy. I'm proud of him, and I'm happy to see where he goes.
Hi Cam, like we just mentioned, you were pretty impactful in the foul shooting today. I believe 7 of 10, 7 in the second half. Yeah, can you just talk about that and what you've been working on this season to get that?
That's my teammates. That's all my teammates. Just get me in spots and setting good screens. And once I'm able to make that play, I got to be a little better because our goal as a team is to be 75%. I was 7 for 10, so missed 2 back-to-back in the first half. I got to be better on that part. But just thankful for my teammates and coach for putting me in the right spots and make the play. Got to be better.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit about the team's mindset at this point? And I know you guys are trying to get that next win. Yeah, what is it like in the locker room, and is it pretty positive? And yeah, can you just talk about what it's like?
Our locker room, as of right now, is very positive, and we know it's some potential in that room, and some guys are prospering, and we can see what lineups are coming together, and we see we can compete. It was 41-41. We had a couple possessions that didn't go our way, but if we stayed the road, we kept competing. We started pressing late, so we see what we can be. We just got to start down the stretch, just executing and being us, as Caleb said. So just giving him the ball is going to be very important. So.
Yeah, for sure. And Caleb mentioned the turnovers today. Can you talk a little bit about why that was a challenge for you guys today?
They kind of sped us up a little bit. As the point guard, I have to be better from the start. Just get my guys in better positions. They get a meeting spot, so I have to get them in spots in which they can be successful. And that will definitely cut down on those turnovers. But just cut down on the turnovers, cut down on the fouls, and make our foul shots. That's a totally different game. So that's the mindset we have in that locker room. And I know coming in on Saturday, we're gonna come out ready to play.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys tied the game at one point. Can you talk about what kind of happened afterwards and how you guys kind of lost that momentum?
Couple turnovers, a couple missed shots, but I'm happy we stayed with it. We never laid down. You never seen no quit from any of us. We kept fighting. It was nobody in the huddle was ever we out, we down. We was always keep fighting, keep fighting. I mean, it showed today. Coach said we didn't quit. So that's the most important piece, is having some pride for our court, home court, just not letting people come in here and just kill us, So we showed that we won't quit. We got some resilience about us. Now we just got to finish.
Yeah, absolutely. And this year, second game in conference play, can you talk about your experience just playing it at this level and starting to play these hard conference teams?
Conference is a different level, but we can compete in conference. We have I believe in every coach, player in that room that we can play with these high-level teams that they say we have no chance of competing against. But we show that we can come out and compete and stick there with them, and we just got to finish.
Yeah, absolutely. And how have the captains, Caleb and the others, how have they kind of helped you not only adjust to college basketball, but conference play in particular?
Those guys are awesome. They're just so positive, upbeat. Kobe, Caleb, West, they're true leaders, just helping it, inspiring everybody. Even though they might be down someday, they always inspiring us. Kobe Gills, he's our vocal leader, as I say. I mean, he's always telling me, you're going to make the next one. So I'm just thankful for those guys, man. As a freshman, having upperclassmen like that are there to support you, that means a lot.
Mm-hmm. Were you able to go home for break?
Oh, yes, man. It was very nice. I went from the cold to the colder. I went from Colorado to Ohio. So it was nice to get back and see my family, get back and see my other family. So it was nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And what are you looking forward with the new year and the rest of the season?
Just opportunity. Just coming out with just play as a team. Like, you have nothing to lose. Just come out, be free, execute, be the best Air Force each and every game, and see what that get us at the end of the game. And put us in a position to win every game. Don't limit blowouts, and then let the chips fall where they fall. Hopefully it's a win.